think there we go. They're live. So thank you all for joining the Mina Navigators November update. I do apologize. We missed the one in October, but going forward, we will be more consistent and keep you posted every month. A quick look at the agenda. So firstly, I would like to share some statistics about the program itself. There are some program updates I would like to share with the community. And then we have a community spotlight of the project DRM Mina, which will be presented by Kadirjan. And there's a Q&A reserved at the end of the presentation. So in terms of statistics, if we look at the column in the left, until now in the growth track, we've received a total of 93 applications. Out of those 93, we have funded 27. And of those funded ones, we have had delivered 9 successful deliveries. And 2 of the applications were delayed or discontinued. We have a rejection of 47 applications from the total. I guess the more interesting column is the more recent one, where we are covering the period from the September of 18th to the November of 15th, which is today. We received a total of 36 applications, out of which we have funded 5. 15 were rejected. 8 of the applications are in an offline review stage. And just to add more details to that, what that means is we are speaking with the teams. We have shown an interest in the application itself, but we are working with the teams to refine it, to get more details, more deliverables. We are asking more technical clarity on the application itself before we reassess it. And once we are happy, we will push it to Mina Research for a community review. So a lot of back and forth is happening over here in the offline review part of it. There are 8 applications which are in the backlog. What that means is we have not yet reviewed them, and we will get to them shortly. So thanks for your patience. I know there has been a bit of a backlog generated over the last 4-5 weeks, but we are working through it as quickly as possible. In terms of the delivery check, over the period, we have had 5 projects who did their deliveries. They are recorded videos will be put on YouTube very shortly. So please keep an eye out for that. There have also been a number of checkpoint reviews for projects. And I'll speak a little bit more about how we are planning to handle this in the coming slides. For the starter track, we now have 7 new experienced joiners to the Mina community, and they should be hacking with us very soon. And in terms of the payout, what we have made so far is approximately 666K Mina. And there's an approximation just because there are some individuals who are still doing the KYC, and they will be paid out in the future. And I'll update that number as we progress. So for the delivery check, I wanted to give congratulations and highlight the projects which have come through. And all of these projects, their details are present on Mina Research. So I highly encourage anyone from the community, anyone watching this call, to go check out what they have built, test it out, ask them questions, because all this work has been done for the community. So please make use of everything that has come through. So the first one is Mina Security by the StakeTap team. And to briefly tell what the project does is it has security flags for accounts which have been identified. Maybe they're draining accounts, or they're conducting scams, or if smart contract has some vulnerability. So it's a nice little check. A lot of the developers can add to their ZK apps already to protect themselves and the users. The Second one is Mina Map, which maps the funds flow. So it's essentially creating kind of like a graph from one account to the other. It is a Google Chrome extension, so you can just add it. And there's a very good README and a user guide created by the developer VV. So I can recommend you guys, please add it, please check it out. And obviously, if you have suggestions, you can still leave them on the proposal topic because it is still open and it will continue to be open. So yeah, please check it out. The third one being Whisper. So Whisper is a secure P2P messaging protocol built on Mina. They are kind of stuck with one of the bugs inside the O1JS library. So they are waiting on a fix for that. And once that is fixed, the team will be deploying this to DevNet, and then there will be a subsequent call for users to come out and check it out. But their proposal is there, so do check it out. The next project I wanted to speak about was Zikanoid. Zikanoid has made a number of enhancements to their L1 lottery offering. So now there are changes in the gameplay, which can allow you to like go and buy gift tokens, or you can gift tickets to your friends, family. There are many improvements to their backend architecture. They have redone their documentation. So kudos to the Zikanoid team. And the last project we had, the delivery check, was for ZK database. And ZK database has been in development for quite a while, but it is exciting to see that now they are preparing their releases for user testing, and this should be happening in the coming days. So if you have any off-chain storage needs for your ZK apps, please reach out to them. Please check out their APIs. And please comment on the proposal if you have any requests or changes you'd like to see in the application itself. So thanks again to all these wonderful teams for making a very good delivery as part of the Navigators program. I wanted to speak a little bit about the funded proposals over the period. Because we certainly have like a few very interesting ones. And as always, these topics are open. So you are absolutely welcome to go and ask questions. I would insist, please be more participative in the process. These are community projects. The first one being ZKUSD. So I've just used the name of the proposer, but there is a team in some cases, so I do apologize. So ZKUSD is an algorithmic stablecoin, kind of like DAI is on Mina. So in this proposal, they are going to build a POC, and they are researching on what is the best way to carry out a stablecoin solution on Mina itself. The second one is augmenting Mina O1JS with performance profiling by Mike. So it is going to give more detailed graphs, flame graphs, showing you which part of your implementation or application or circuit is consuming more time. So this should help you write better applications. He's also planning to make it such that you could just create it as a GitHub action. So if you have an application, you could probably run a profiling at every commit, or you could do it on demand. So it's supposed to improve the tool chain. So please check it out. The next one I wanted to talk about was Z2Z lib. This is a state channel research and library carried out by Yofi. So we are very interested to see how we can make state channels come back, and how do they interact with zero knowledge proofs, because earlier solutions were very much crypto economic in having them maintained and keeping them open. So Yofi is leading this initiative. Very interesting project from research perspective. Next one is Revel. I hope it's called Revel or Reveal .tech. by the dude. So this is going to add different types of NFT auctions into buying and selling of NFTs. They have some really cool ideas on how to make it cross-chain. So again, a great project. And the last funded project I wanted to speak about was Merkle Mountain Range Primitive. This is being built by Yusuf. So this is allowing to bring some data structures from Ethereum and verifying them in Mina. What this would allow is, for example, primitives which are like bridges, they can use this for verification. So again, really excited to see these proposals kick off in the Mina ecosystem. Now, one proposal I wanted to talk about is we made a decision to discontinue funding of Popcorn. We found that during the midpoint milestone presentations, the designs had changed and the team was maybe on a different path from what was originally proposed. So we made the difficult decision to terminate the funding. And this is what I guess going in the future, we want to be a little more closer to the teams who are building so we can catch any changes in the design a lot earlier rather than at a later stage. So these are the statistics of the proposals up until now. I just have put everything we have in kind of like a pie chart, and there's like a way to like compare what we have had previously and what we have now. So we can already see that the gaming pie has grown by 2 proposals. It's very interesting to see like now we have more DeFi related initiatives and social initiatives which are being added to the program. And we will try to, we are working on balancing this out. So as the ecosystem matures, we'd like to see more DeFi programs. We'd like to see more research initiatives which are contributing directly to the ecosystem. Now, there are some program updates also I would like to share with the community. So the first one being increasing the transparency and the community involvement. So up until now, a lot of the proposals are always put onto Mina Research for community review. But usually what happens is sometimes you do get community involvement on the proposal. But after approving the proposal, we have usually a group, a private chat with the participants on Discord, where along with the Navigators exploration team, we help them with technical issues and some operational issues. Now, the idea is to move these conversations into public as much as possible. So, because there's a lot of knowledge which gets trapped into rooms outside of the public channels, and we want to make a change to that. So please watch out for some restructuring of the Discord in the coming weeks. The second big change we are making is we will be opening up the calls which we have with the teams. And these are both the midpoint milestones and the final milestones. So at the end of this, if you have access to the Mina's ecosystem calendars, you should see meetings of what we are going to do or which teams we are speaking to in the coming weeks. We'll also be highlighting this and making some announcements so you can stay up to date. And we'll also be adding a kind of a mailing list. So if you want to attend any of the midpoint or the final milestones of the projects which are being built, you would be welcome to enroll in that list, and you should have an invite automatically. The second change we are introducing is we are going to have more stricter checks on bi-weekly updates from projects. This is again to kind of be a little more closer to the teams who are building. As the program grows, as we have more teams building, it is very important that the teams communicate to the community on their progress if they have any blockers. Making the channels public is one way to do that. So if anyone is stuck, you can already see them asking for help and look at the updates and the answers on how to deal with an issue, and which could be very, very pertinent to your use case as well. But also to, because there could be a lot of chatter, we want to like compress this in a simple digestible format. uh, and we have requested teams to do bi-weekly updates. uh, we have given teams a little bit of leeway at the moment, because we understand it's probably one of the more uh, less exciting parts of the development cycle to post an update on what has been built so far. But we've also noticed, like, in absence of this, teams can drift away from the designs, and we want to have a better check on it. So we'll speak to the teams who are already in the program. We'll reach out to you, make sure you understand that this is now a requirement going forward. And I guess the last thing I wanted to highlight to the community was that the Navigators program will continue funding projects in 2025 as well. When the season 2 was announced, it was announced up to the end of December. So a number of participants have reached out and they have asked, is the program ending in December? Do I need to send a proposal by the 31st of December? So the answer to that is no. I mean, the program will be running. We will be obviously doing a retrospective. We'll be changing and tweaking the program for the new year. And as we are in the process of doing that now, please stay tuned for the details. All right, so now we have a community spotlight from Kalujan. So over to you. I can stop sharing my screen.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yep.
Oh, hello everyone. I'm Kadirjan, currently developing my Navigator project there in Mina. And now I'm going to give a brief information about this project. Let's talk about what are the problems of current gaming marketplaces. First one is data privacy. They are collecting various data from users for marketing and other things that we are not aware of. We don't know what they do with this data and who are sharing with this. And we have to accept all these things in long user agreements that we don't read. Secondly, these marketplaces take a cut around 30 to 12% from each game sales to provide their services to game developers. Also, they are not directly protect these games from piracy. Instead, they are preventing gamers to share game files from each other. So, game developers, especially the smaller sized one, needs to implement their own anti-piracy solution or buy a professional service from DRM providers, but both takes time or money cost. And all of this cost reflects to game price, make it harder for gamers to access these games and drives them to use pirated games. Thirdly, as I said, current marketplaces prevent users to share game files from each other or any other sources from their game marketplaces. So these games and the gamers become platform dependent. This approach results to monopolized game marketplaces. So what are the solutions of DRM about these problems? First, users' private data never leaves from their devices due to off-chain computation. It relies on one-time ZK proofs to authenticate ownership of games. It only stores an unbreakable hash of private inputs that are collected from users' device. Secondly, it reduces cost and game prices. DRM does not require that much maintenance cost. Instead, it incentivizes game developers to run their own settlements and sequencing layers. So with a much lower fee than like 5%, a developer can sell their games in this marketplace. Thirdly, the Arena does not rely on the source of the game files. As long as files are not corrupted or modified, games can authenticate and runs in previous registered devices. So let's talk about the architecture. The Arena consists from two main contracts. Game token contract that I derived from Mina fungible token contract and add some functionality on top of it. And DRM contract to manage users' registered devices and their sessions. When users want to buy a game, firstly, they need to mint a game from the game token contract. After they're paying game price in the Mina, they earn an untransferable custom token that's using as indicating ownership of the game. After buying game or minting, they can register their own device to play the game with this device. To do this, they need to use the Aramina desktop app to get directed to the aramina.com website with their device identifiers. With using these identifiers, they create a device proof that shows some private device identifiers, gives a hash for this device, and this hash registers one of the user's available slots. And then they can play this game in registered devices. So, how game authentication works. The Armina currently supports only desktop games that's made with Unity game engine, but it requires a local Node.js prover in order to prove sessions because Unity runtime does not support Node.js and OpenJS. Our game authenticator script checks the current device session from archive nodes. If current session is greater than 0, that means this device is registered and active, and the session can be changed. Then this script decides a random generated number and tries to change current session to decided one. It requires a new session proof from local prover, so prover creates a new proof with taking game ID. It's the game token address of the game. Current session, new session, and identifiers. After proving, it sends this proof to centralized sequencers because we don't want the users to pay transaction fees every time they want to play their games. Instead, our sequencer collects this proof from users, recursively bundles them, and sends to Mina regularly. But still, it's not the only one can submit proofs. Everyone can run their own sequencer, or players can individually send this session transaction with their wallets. The RM contract itself uses action and reduces to overcome concurrency issue when many players try to change some Mina state, but it has a cost that somebody needs to settle these unsettled actions to Mina regularly. So the Mina has another service that regularly observes and settles these unsettled actions. During this time, authentication script observes Mina to check session ID, to changing is successful. Right after Mina includes bundled transactions, bundled session transactions. Authentication script can verify session, change it successfully, and return success to game runtime. This process takes approximately 7 to 10 minutes in worst cases. If the authentication script could not verify this change for the maximum specified time, like 12 minutes, the game will be notified and the player will be locked out the game. Also, you can check their Mina.com and look around games in the website are not updated yet, but I plan to publish them on the coming week. Also, you can get more information in our docs. It's still in progress and growing every day. And here's the drmmina.com. You can by commenting the bunch of games. The download section is not updated. It's not working yet. And our docs is growing. Let's end the presentation here without exceeding my time. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you for presenting. I do have a question. I mean, let's say if someone wanted to integrate this solution, I know you're still in the build phase of it, but could you walk through what that process would look like to integrate DRM Mina into their own game?
There's a Unity package. We are not published yet on Unity game engine. So game developers need to deploy their games to Mina with using this registry game section. They can decide their symbol, game, their prices. Mina, they can set a discount, like 10-minute discount, and number of devices allowed. And after that, they can send this transaction to Mina. After this, they need to import this Unity package to their game project, configure to game token addresses and other configurations to make sure it's running. It's just simple as the importing a package from npm and configuring a .env file.
All right, cool. Thank you. I mean, if anyone from the community also has a question, please feel free to either come on stage or put them in chat. And I guess this is maybe also a good time for me to take any Q&A. So if you have questions for me or for Kadir, please put them in the chat. Be happy to take them. Thanks again, Kadir, for your presentation.
Thank you all. What's the repo for this project? Sorry. You can let me send to chat. Yeah. Here's the repo in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. I'm also happy to take any questions regarding just the program itself. But if there aren't any, I just wanted to thank you all for joining the call, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.